everybody, this is a light language transmission and an update of the energies that are coming in at the moment. This is following on from the Lionsgate portal. So I'll just give you a bit of a background for those that are new to this process. You can always go back and get the full transmissions. I'll put the links down below, going back to just before the Lionsgate, as we were starting to harness those energies that were coming through. So this painting is the energies coming through the portal of the sun, the great central sun, then coming through our sun. We worked with the cosmic colors coming through. We got all the upgrades through those, and then the next stage, and I put the full transmission on my other channel, Ascension Flame, and took you through the download of the cosmic colors into the heart. And this represents this part of the painting where we're in those cosmic waters of our hearts as those cosmic colors have come through from our star origins. What came through in that channel was, the main thing was, we got higher perception. We really connected to those origins. We started to really ground them in these shallow waters where we're about to step onto the shore and make them real and physical reality. With that, a lot of other creations came through so that we could really bring those codes in and develop them to the next level before this painting will be finished in its entirety, and this process will then move on to another process. But at the moment, we're still bringing those cosmic colors through and we're carrying them onto the shore. So at this point, as higher up in the ray, those energies that we're bringing through, we're much more unified. And if you're a twin flame, you're unified with your twin flame. So that unification energy is coming through. So we had also this cosmic bird coming through and bringing it into the energy field so that we could access the colors. That was before we were then able to dwell in those cosmic waters of our hearts, really bring those cosmic colors into our hearts. The divine masculine then, from that point, got new eyes. I had to actually put new eyes on him as his perception had changed. He could start to see beyond the veil. He could start to see through his heart and through his third eye and through his crown. And this is the divine masculine in all of us. And we're bringing it into the 3D. So although we can't see those colors with our eyes, we can see them in meditations, we can see them in dreams. So those started to come through. And with that, that changed through here on the masculine. So as we were connecting to those higher aspects of self, higher up the ray, those twin flames were connecting with the third energy. But regardless, we're connecting with unity, and that's what this represents. It also represents balance of masculine and feminine, and we're bringing that divine masculine, feminine, and the unity of that into the 3D reality. So these are merfolk that dwell in those cosmic waters of the heart. So there's been a really big process around that, with light codes coming in and activations and upgrades. I'll link the video below. But the summary of that is that I had to do really in-depth, sensitive, loving work, especially around the masculine backside. And only once that was done, so wounding, traumas, ancestral, soul level, karmic, even this lifetime wounding. So we're really working on those wounds in the masculine and the feminine via what those parts of the body represent. So there was a lot of work done, multiple levels, multiple different ways on that buttocks of the masculine before we could get this structure really beautifully holding this unity energy and in this balance and stability and strength. So they represent if you can feel this energy, it's more like dancing. When your partner dancing, you're dancing as a unit. You're one movement. You're in sync. And what came through after the perception changed, after we received those codes to be able to perceive the cosmic colors of the star realms, they received that at the level of their vision. You can see they're sharing the same perspective, and they are containing a love heart seed of the other. They represent yin yang, yin being masculine, yin being feminine, yang being masculine, and the respective black and white colors. So these two needed to drill down. So in order to drill down and work on the components of the light codes that are coming in for this ascension process, completing the other painting, we had some masculine and feminine figures come in so that I could build them, most from the skeleton up, to create, to bring the codes into each part of the anatomy. So first we worked on the buttocks of the masculine and the feminine. And I had two feminines come through. One with very developed lower body and one with a very developed upper body. I feel these represent the feminines that are very much in the higher dimensions and developed in the higher dimensions, and those that are really developed in the practical aspects and of the 3D reality. Okay, I just felt that ground through the solar plexus. Release through the solar plexus and ground down into the earth grids. So this one, only after getting to that stage with those three figurines, has this come in, and these boundaries, these colours become very distinct, and they've got their shine. This is a pearlescent white and this is a space grey. They've still got a little bit more to go. They're going to receive some divine feminine platinum colour on them. And once that stage happened, the masculine started to get his chest in. That's still wet, so I shouldn't. So with the masculine, we'd worked very much on the buttocks. Then we got the chest in, so this is heart. And then after that, the phallus came in. And when I was working on the phallus, I felt that it was strongly connected to the heart. So it's the higher level, the divine masculine coming in, where his phallus is connected to his heart much more strongly, really connected to that higher cosmic waters, which is connected to higher self and mission and unity and love and higher relationship templates. When that came in, that's when I could get to this level of this, with the boundaries, the colours are really taking shape. And once that was done, then more heart came into the masculine. So we're not there yet, we're still going. That was an update. We're going to do a reading now, and I'm going to bring some more light language in. So just to reiterate that at each point where I've been working on these sculptures, there's been a lot of healing energy coming through into the physiology in the collective of the masculine and the feminine, the wounded masculine, the wounded feminine, at a soul level, a energy level, ancestral level, really covering all aspects multidimensionally to enable that unity to be able to come in all the way down to the ground. So we're bringing those higher relationship templates, those soul level love templates, coming all the way from the heavens, higher up in the array, where we're unified down into the 3D level. We're expressing it through duality, in a dualistic reality. But we're really working on all those parts of our body that are holding those traumas, and our souls and our energy bodies and our mental bodies, to be able to receive those unity codes, to be able to receive that high frequency unity down on the ground, and to do our lives from that place, and to relate to each other, not just our soulmates and our twin flames and our soul family, but all of this paradigm. So we're using the Secret Language of Light, the Intuit Oracle, and the Intuit Tarot. The links are in the description down below if you like any of those decks. So, as part of this ascension process of bringing these energies down into the 3D reality and living our life in our soul purpose, these cards have come up to help us understand and work with the energies. So it's all about manifestation. 3 of Wands, manifest your dreams, is the first card, and the last card is manifestation. And similar themes are coming through again around living your life your way, you writing your own story. In other words, clearing old programs that are not from your soul, they're from 3D living and 3D influences. And being in our joy, following our joy, because our joy is our indicator of when we are in high frequency and living our soul purpose. Atatita katita tatatita kakotokotoko tita tatatita katakakaka. Akatatita tatita katakatokokotokokokokokokokoko. Akatatita kakatokotokotokokotokokotita katatita katatita kakaka. Akatatita katokotokotokokokokoko. Akatatita kakatatita katakakatokokokokokokokoko ti. Akatati tati 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 titi 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 titi. Akatati tati 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 takatakati. Akatati tati takatakatoko toko koko koko. Akatati tati takatati takatakatakataki takatakaka. Akatati takati tatati takatakatoko koko koko koko. Akatati tatati takatakatoko koko 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 koko. Okay, most of those codes coming in were around the soul writing. I want to read you that card because it sounds like you're supposed to journal, but what it's really about is living your life your way, you being the author of your own life. We become the stories we tell. You are the author of your story. Write one that inspires you and don't let anyone else command the pen. Physical reality is temporary. It's forever changing. From one moment to the next, the events and experiences of your life are multidimensional living art. Their purpose and form will shift as your perception of them does. You can view and adjust any stories from your past, present, or future. Let go of justifying or analysing the events that become your stories and lift yourself into a new way of seeing them. Look at the card and imagine you are the angel rising, connecting to the soul light at the top of the pyramid. From this expanded view, you can see all your stories and their facets from a neutral position. A higher perspective will unveil and reveal what was previously unknown. You may be surprised, shocked, or embarrassed that the story you've identified with is not what you thought it was. Don't stress. This indicates that the stories are shaking loose and healing is occurring. You're doing so well, you're worthy, and you are loved. So this is very much what we've been bringing through with the higher perception coming in, the cosmic colours. And alright, so saying to read the Divine Feminine one now. Okay. Shine your inner light on your desires. Look beyond the obvious and the superficial into the heart of the matter. Peer deeper into the hidden and explore the mysterious. Remember your vast potential and the unlimited possibilities available to you. It's time to trust your intuition, your inner voice, and your instincts. This may also be a time for stillness, for there are unseen forces at work orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences to your life. Allow yourself to receive all that you want. You are the mother of all you create. Nurture yourself and all that flows within and around you. There may be an impending marriage or birth around you, either physical or symbolically. The Divine Feminine wants you to know there is always enough to go around. Abundance is everywhere. Embrace joy. Of course, joy is then the next card. So before we go on to that, there's with this bringing the higher energies through and creating your reality with them, which is manifestation, there's a very strong I'm getting very strong symbolism and visual flashes of the Kundalini, which is this snake. At the moment, that's upside down, it's suppressed. It's talking about deception, betrayal, jealousy, backstabbing, toxicity, counterproductive. When that divine masculine feminine are perfectly balanced and third energy comes in, you're higher up the ray. You very often you're connecting with the Kundalini energy, which is the creative force, which then where you direct that energy is what you manifest very, very powerfully and often instantly. What I'm getting at the moment is that there are big developments happening. We're leveling up, we're bringing the codes in, we're seeing manifestations, we're making forward progress. We're directing our energy with deep feelings and connecting to our intuition and letting that creativity flow through us into this world, and really listening to that, deep listening to what is, where is that divine energy, that higher level, that with that higher intelligence and higher perspective, that knows the best path, that knows the highest path, that knows the most efficient, most loving win-win path. Where is that flowing to? Where does that want to flow to? And listen to that. Because if you're holding on to old wounds and old hurts, ego level perceptions, you're going to direct that powerful creative energy in those ways that can be destructive. So what I'm really getting at the moment with that reversed is to just really consciously feel what's coming from intuition, what's coming from ego or expectation or programming or 3D level influences. When you're looking from that higher perspective, you can see quite clearly the anything that's not true or not real or not higher vibe, you can feel it. It doesn't feel right. And you can also look at why it's coming into your life, what it triggers in you, and work through that. And in that healing, that's really part of the moving away from anything that doesn't serve you, anything that's not of the vibration that aligns with you now after you've had all these shifts and upgrades and realizations, and you're accessing this creative power. You've also got to give your 3D self, your mind, your body, things move slower in physical reality. You've got to give those time to catch up as well. Though I say the manifestations can be instant, they can. There's also a level of shifting out the old neuronal pathways that think things have to be done a certain way or believe that the world is a certain way. And a lot of the things that we've been, force-fed are not true. They are ways of controlling the population. And they're saying the antidote for that is stepping into your joy. So stepping into your joy, feeling that at the core of you, emanating that out, following that feeling of joy. This doesn't mean being hedonistic or not taking care of responsibilities, but when you are motivated by joy and you're standing in your joy and living in your joy, the more you do that, the more you're in that frequency, the more you're raising your vibration, the more you attract good things to you, and the more your responsibilities get taken care of. What you manifest alters when you're in your joy vibration. So going back to the snake and the kundalini, you don't want to create through the veil of those lower vibrational perceptions or programs, because what you will create will not be high vibration from joy, win-win. And once you can clear those out, you can get things done in a much more supported, effective, efficient, flowing way. The currents take you there. They get cleaned up and reorganized. I've actually had the beautiful experience of seeing from that higher perspective how once you make a decision from that powerful place where you're connected to your soul power, how everything in the universe reorganizes around that decision. So if you're making the decision from this place, you're going to get a much different manifestation to from this place where you're living in the matrix. You're going to get matrix kind of creations. So what this one's saying the time is not now. What it's saying is clear up these things before you really focus your energies on the new. And when you're really coming from this joyful place, then connect to your purpose. Get it done. Okay, let's read the joy card. Discover what you love. If a thought does not give you joy, then search for one that does. Thank that thought for showing you where you don't feel joyful, and then reach for a pleasing thought. You can empower yourself by choosing joyful thoughts. You will disempower yourself by choosing sad thoughts. What will you choose today? There is almost always something to make you feel at ease in every situation. It's up to you to find that. Try reaching for a joyous thought right now. Look around your house at what gives you joy. Turn toward the joy in your life. If you can't find it outside, go within and create inner joy. It's not always the easiest thing to do. However, it's one of the most worthwhile things you can do for your physical and mental well-being. Open your heart to allow blissful inspiration to direct your actions, and you will give without expectation. Joy is your natural state of being. Now is the time to honor it. And then manifestation. You will attract what you give your focus to. You're about to experience something you've longed for. You may not see any evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. Instead, be still and align with your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward, where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown, and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. First, you must be aware of how you feel in the present. Practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. The time just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, or future. Your perception is altering so you can see in a new light. Everything is created twice. Firstly in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling, or dreaming, and then in the physical world as manifested objects. Enjoy the journey to all your manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. This is the nature of creation. So, let's see if there's anything we need to do here. Big developments are possible. You're upgrading, you're leveling up, you're clearing out the old, you're creating your own life from joy, listening to your intuition, following it, and manifesting from that place, creating a whole new reality, bigger than you previously imagined from that lower perception level. Your perception level has gone to a higher level. More is possible. You can even see more from that place. You can see more possibilities. So the action card that's come through is the Ace of Cups, time for reflection. Hold back, repress, tune into your intuition, take care of yourself and self-love. So again, we're in that pause. We're in that pause where we're listening. We're listening to what's real, what's not, what's aligned, what's not. We're determining what really is aligned for us to create in this world. We're doing that from a place of self-love and self-focus. I see this as the source energy, the love. Atatatita kakataka, akatatita tatita kakataka, akatatita tatita katakatakotokotokotokotokoto, akatatita tatita kakatokoko, akatatita katatatita kataka, akatatita kakakakaka. So I'm feeling this at the back of the solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus chakra is, in this context, I feel it is the place where in the past, because it's behind us, we have had to suck it up and do what we don't want to do, or repression, what we do want to do. We're clearing that now. Atatatita kakataka. Akatatita tatatita katakatokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotokotok This was because we needed to do that to remain in the matrix, in the 3D paradigm, based on what was programmed. Big release at the front of the solar plexus. The throat is activating. The throat is our own truth and our expression of our own truth. Being able to express what we're here for, what feeds us, what activates us, what expands us, what brings us joy. Crown activating. There's an expansion through the shoulders. Akatatatata. So I'm feeling the kidneys and the adrenal glands, the cortisol, the fight or flight. Kidneys are fear, you know, fear of being like stabbed in the back kind of thing, which is this. Akatatatakatakataka. Okay, that's clearing. Living in survival mode, fight or flight, clearing. Doing what needs to do to remain in this program, to survive in that program. Clearing through the front of the chest, the sternum, the soul seat, enabling us to have the desire then from underneath all of that survival mode, having the desire now to step into our joy, to step into our purpose, and to step into our manifestation of that in our ideal, supported, abundant lifestyle. Yeah, feeling that grounding through the lower back. Lower back is where we're supported, where we support ourselves. We don't need to be supported by anybody else because we're self-sufficient. Yep, coming in through the ankles, down into the earth, expansion through the back of the neck, the lungs, breathing in that creative energy, letting that creative energy move through every breath out into the world. Yeah. Okay, so that now has turned into, I didn't even realize that was a fountain. Okay, so overflowing love, bliss, romantic success, new romance, flowing emotion. This is it. Joy. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is the joy here, which then brings in the higher timelines, manifesting our true joy in the world. So nice. Love how those cards synchronously fit together, as always. And I can see that those figurines are now going to get their stomachs and solar plexus area fleshed out and healed as those codes have come in. So thank you everyone for staying to the end, and remember that is a healing, so listen to your bodies. Rest when you need to, drink a lot of water. Anything that comes up is likely to be components of what we've spoken about. Anything that's blocking you from manifesting your joy or being in your joy, any old programs, they'll come up. Just see them, send love to them, reflect on them, and allow them to move out. Seeing them means you can clear them. Blessings, everybody.